We have learned, listened, and watched many criminal stories in the news. Where there is a robbery, spy, or murder occurs concurrently, there are such incidents that are unexplained with the questions titled, "Why?" In such circumstances, the accused might play a critical role under the scrutiny of the police, where at first sight, police scrutinize every detail of the case. But on the other side, accused stay transparent and pass escape quietly under the police eyes. You've probably heard stories of weird occurrences that eventually expose the complete truth or change their shape, such as the Carl case in which a doll shook the entire nation, or the Velasca axe murder case of Brazil. But apart from this, ever wondered a case where a Google image made a full disclosure of the case, which remains unsolved since decades? Yes, today's story is based on that kind of mysterious case, where a normal Google image solved decades-old case. So without wasted time, let's delve into the story. Have a look at this image of 1997. This is the case of Lantana, Florida, involving a man who was a previous resident of the suburban neighborhood. But then something strange happened that shook the world. The case is from 1997, which will give you goosebumps. In the fresh morning in Florida, a man wished to see his former neighborhood in Lantana one day. He came up with the notion of searching his residence on Google Earth to investigate surrounding locations from 2 decades ago. Then finally, on the internet, his last resting place finally spotted with space. There was other houses nearby, and a big monkey pond behind a house in a gated community called the Grand Isles in Wellington, Florida. The older view is beautiful, until his eyes take a turn to spot something horrific. The Grand Isles was located in a moon-based circle which haunt the man. What later found was shocked the man, where a 90s search engine made a man unconscious and filled his heart with a tragic coincidence. What was that? A ghost spreading all over into the monkey pond? A treasure? Or something more mysterious? There was a white submerged car which he spotted on the internet. It remained completely hidden at eye level below the pond's surface. An artificial body of water built to store runoff from heavy rains. The car is gradually visible underwater in a pond behind a home in Wellington, Florida. Now the question raises whether a car has existed underwater for the past 2 decades. Whose vehicle is this? Is there anyone else inside? The Google Earth user then contacted the current owner of the home, who flew a camera, toting drone over the pond to take a closer look at the sunken object. He confirmed that there was indeed a car in his pond, and he immediately reached out to the local sheriff's office towards Palm Beach County, where in the probe investigation, police removed the untitled car from the water and opened it up. There was a shock, which no one could even imagine. Inside the car, they found skeletal remains inside. There were a man's dead body since decades. Police were identified as belonging to Mr. William Moldt. After that, the case of the missing person of 1997 opened. William Moldt went missing in November 1997 at the age of 40 after leaving a nightclub. A report of the circumstances of the man's disappearance 22 years ago stated Moldt had gone to an adult nightclub on the evening of November 7, 1997. Moldt left the nightclub around 23:00 hours. But now, too long after finding a shocking turn in this case, he did not appear intoxicated and left alone in his vehicle. Moldt was a quiet man and did not socialize much at the club. He also was not a frequent drinker, but did have several drinks at the bar. Moldt had called his girlfriend from the bar around 21:30 saying he would be home soon, and that was the last contact with him, according to the Charlie Project, which logs cold cases. The Grand Isles had been under construction at the time of Mr. Moldt's disappearance. A post on the Charlie Project read, "Amazingly, a vehicle had been plainly visible on a Google Earth satellite photo of the area since 2007, but apparently no one had noticed it until 2019, when a property surveyor saw the car while looking at Google Earth." The car is still visible on the website. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office believes Mr. Moldt lost control of his car when driving home. There was no evidence of this when the investigation initially took place, but a shift in the water meant the vehicle was visible. can somebody ever imagine? How does like this cold case mystery has been solved? Thanks to this image outer space,